Welcome to the continuance of the first video where I was talking about one topic, then went to two, three, and now we're on topic number 4. Welcome on back and join us. Feel free to sit down with some popcorn. Don't mind my tooth that's no longer existed. Go ahead.
Well, like I said, there's different levels to your claustrophobia. So because you're, like you said, you're reevaluating yourself, so that means your signs are changing too, because you're changing. So I have to start from pretty much scratch to see the little signs that tell me which level you are on, because right now I thought you were on level, pretty much the basic level 1, where I can usually keep you, because I know you have to get it out. So I keep you on topic, but I somewhat change the topic, slowly changing into another one where you forget why you were even, and you calm down and you're not claustrophobic.
You were slick as hell, child.
It's how I calm you down.
You were slick. Y'all heard that, YouTube.
Not
She's slick.
But not everything works for the same person. You have to find what works for you. Is like you said, you get it out. But I also notice if I try to, because as you see, whenever I try to do different things, when you're like that, you just get more claustrophobic or more agitated. So I noticed, and you also said yourself, you calm down when you get it out. So I found a way to get it out, but at the same time do what you also said. It helps to help you also calm down and distract yourself. So I do a little bit of both, because I go into details and all that. So I just go into extra details. And you calm down. Sometimes it fully works. Sometimes it takes a little bit of poking and talking to work. Sometimes it takes longer than shorter. It depends on how deep you are in, because even to the level 1, there's still different high, low, different levels to that too.
And get this, y'all. I never taught her that. That's my technique. I never taught her that. She's learned that on her own. That's why I always tell her, even though she's a high-functioning autistic with mental health, suicidal, homicidal, she's very smart and very bright. And she swears she cannot communicate, but she can. She really can. And she thinks that she cannot communicate or articulate. Sometimes she can't get her point across. Don't get her wrong. And don't get me wrong. But that's not because she doesn't have the words. It's because she has too many words. And then can't figure out which is the one that's actually going to express what she needs to express. And sometimes she'll get caught on what she's saying, and she'll just keep rambling the same thing over and over until, I guess, mentally it'll click. So sometimes she'll repeat herself in different formats in 4 or 5 ways. But then it'll click, and then she gets her point across. You just have to have the patience until she does it, because she needs her time, but it takes on her time, not like the rest of us. But anyways, proud mommy moment. I just had to pause. Now back to our original programming. Thank you for watching the commercial.
But right now, I can't even now. I can tell that even your claustrophobia levels, they are also different, except for level 1. Level 1, that's always going to stay the same one, because it's supposed to be basic or basic. The only difference is how high in level 1 is going to change.
Okay.
But right now, yours, I would say, was in between a level 2 to a level 3, going on to level 3. So it's almost fully level 2.
Okay.
But
You gotta take that down.
I know. But I didn't realize it was a level 2 and up really high. Like I said, almost level 3. So
Yeah, I was.
yeah.
It just hit me hard out of nowhere. I had no warning. No prepare yourself.
On that one, it's best to usually let you talk it out, scope to see if it helped calm you down good enough. If not, scope a couple of times and do a little talking to see good of things, or find something funny, or think about a good memory, something that makes you happy and distract you from what you just thought about. Or sometimes you go to YouTube or your podcast, and I don't have to do anything. I just gotta sit there and just monitor you to make sure you don't go down, because sometimes from talking you do go down, and I do get somewhat worried because you are revaluing yourself. So some signs look like I should be worried, but sometimes a lot of times you come back out of it. So it's not that I have to be worried. It's just I have to watch you to make sure you don't do it too far.
See, that's my child, y'all. That's my baby. That's my princess. So smart, I tell y'all. Nah, but yeah, everything that she said that she has to do is everything that I have to do with myself as well. I gotta reevaluate myself. Like right now, that this just hit me out of nowhere with no warning sign. It was just ready to just, punch me in the face and wreak havoc, and I was not having that. I was just like, nah, bitch. If somebody getting hit, it's gonna be your ass, not me.
But I also should be proud too, because when you saw that, what this reminds you of, you actually almost had because you were really. I guess it triggered a bad memory. I don't know. You didn't really.
I don't know.
You couldn't talk about it because you were already getting badly triggered.
Correct.
And you were getting two triggers because, like I said, the dust was like really heavy. We can play it in it like snow. That's how heavy it was. And the print that it left, you could tell it was never moved. Like,
yeah,
ever.
She wasn't the type to move furniture. Like, because of my upbringing, some of the OCD things I feel that I have now, I feel have to do with my upbringing. So I did the majority of the cleaning as a kid, and kids don't always clean thoroughly because you're a kid. I mean, except for mine, she actually really does. Or they sometimes find a way to cheat or something, but I never really had to do that because she used closets as storage by just throwing things in there. Like, I would try to organize it so we could actually walk in the closet, and she would just want to throw it, just throw it in a closet. Just throw it in a closet. Just throw it in a closet. Just throw it. Well, I remember one time I wanted to find my favorite cereal, which was a limited edition basketball strawberry and basketball grapes. I think they came in like 3 different flavors, and I remember they were gonna sell out because it was limited edition, and she actually bought a shitload of them and threw them in a closet.
I already know how that
And I remember, I made sure I ate my bitches. I made sure my bitches did not expire, okay? I made sure my bitches did not get lost, expired, or thrown in the trash. Okay? Right? Okay? Because she was a hoarder. She is a hoarder. But I made sure that I organized them as soon as I had space out in the kitchen, and I organized them in the closet so that I could at least get to them so that they wouldn't go to waste. Like, when I tell you, and this is probably like a funny story to y'all because it was hilarious to me, so it should be funny to y'all, but it's pathetic in reality, I guess you can say. So the first year that her egg donor and I were together, we were trying to get gifts, right? We were gonna buy some gifts for Christmas. He has a lot of siblings, and nieces and nephews and stuff. Some of them actually still call me auntie, and it's so damn adorable, especially now that I get to see them grown up and their kids, and knowing that I knew them when they were little. Like, it always awes me. Like, it always awes me, especially when Kwame be like, auntie. I'm like, we only knew how much that means to me, because I don't have any siblings. I do have 2 brothers. One actually passed away, I think, last year or the year before last. But I don't know them, so I don't have any siblings. I don't have anybody to call me auntie or nothing like that. So whenever he does do it, it like always just brings tears to my eyes. Like, it warms my heart. I've never told him that. If he watches the YouTubes, he'll catch it. But like, I've never told him that, but it always still warms my heart, like, for real. But what was the point of? Oh, now I remember the point of the story. Sorry, I got sidetracked with story number B. That was not part. Well, that was a part of A, but it's a whole different branch off. Sorry, you guys. So I remember we were trying to get some, gifts, and I remember saying she always has a whole bunch of shit because she's the type of person that, oh, so and so's birthday is gonna come up. Oh, this is on sale. Let me get it now for Christmas. Then comes Christmas, she'll forget she already had things or didn't want to go look for it or couldn't remember where she put it and ends up buying something else for that person that she had already bought something for. So stuff would just sit with tags and labels just wrapped up or in bags tied up or in boxes or in bins. So I was like, hey, let's just go up in the attic and let's go Christmas shopping. Why not? All that stuff's been sitting in that attic since she moved into that place, and she moved in that place when I was like 14, 15. I had already been a good 10, wait, let me see how many years. Yeah, about 10 years. 10, 11 years already sitting in the attic doing nothing, just taking space. Her whole entire attic is drastically packed, like it's a fire hazard. I remember when the neighbor moved over, they kind of asked, can you please, moved in, they kind of asked, can you please, like, work on that, because you have a lot. But we went Christmas shopping. We actually went Christmas shopping in the attic and bought, and got gifts for everybody. I had found gifts for everybody. We didn't have the money to really buy gifts for everybody, but I wanted to make sure everybody had something. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how I am. I mean, it was sitting up there already for 10 years. And it was sitting in the previous, we were living in housing already for a while. So it's going to accumulate and do what? I'm going to keep letting you be a worse hoarder. No, I'm going to start diminishing some of the stuff. I mean, I used to, when I would clean, I would throw out shit. She would get mad. But she wouldn't realize, she know something would be missing, but she just, she couldn't pinpoint what it was. And that's how a lot of the stuff diminished in the house, because she had too much. You know how many times DCF would come and be involved because of Beba or whatever, and then come into the house and have a problem with it because of the amount of things that she had? And I used to always tell them the same thing. Then do something about it. Help me get out of here so that my kids can have a clear living. This is her home. I cannot control how she lives this is her home. I cannot tell her what to do with her things. Good luck. Go ahead and feel free and let her know. Let her know. And watch what she's going to tell you. It's her home. I cannot tell her what to do with the things in her home. And respectfully, even though I know she's hoarding, and I'd prefer not to have none of these things here so that she can have a cleaner home, I can't tell her what to do. I can't. They used to always try it, and I'd be like, well, give me a voucher. Y'all keep telling me y'all can't give me a Section 8 voucher, so what do you want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do. My kids have to have a roof over their heads, don't they? So I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure my kids have a roof over their heads. Even if the environment is not one that I want to be in. Even if the environment was not a safe one for me mentally, emotionally, my kids had a roof over their heads. That's all it boiled down to. And I thought they had a grandmother. But according to the things I've been hearing recently, and especially recently, it wasn't the case, and I forgive myself for thinking that they wouldn't catch the wrath of what I caught. I'm just happy their wrath wasn't as bad as mine, but it was bad. Because one thing she never did, she ain't put their hands on them. I will give her that. And that's one thing I made it very well known I was not playing on. Put your hands on my kids, we're going to have a problem. Because you used to physically abuse me, so you will not put your hands on my children. Point blank, period. I'm their mama.
That was Koba? Jason.
Lord, Koba.
She's been on guard this whole time. I've been watching her.
Koba about to give me a full-blown heart attack trying to chase this rat.
But you know, if she doesn't, they're gonna get out first.
My baby on guard. Look at my baby. Y'all see her over there? She on guard. She know they behind the deep freezer. She is on guard. She like, motherfucker, bring your ass. They fuck.
You're really twisting like it too.
She like, nigga, come on. You in my home, my domain. You fucking my shit up. She like, oh, you trying to go out the other way? Oh, you trying to go out the other way? Well, I got you. Oh, we about to move them racks. Koa, we about to move them racks. I got you, my baby. Koa's eyes looked so... They looked like a wolf's eyes when she just opened it up and looked up towards the camera. Yo! Oh, my baby. I ain't believe her alone, y'all. I'm gonna let her be. She's probably possessed. She's probably possessed by a wolf, y'all. I'm gonna let her be. I ain't trying to die. I ain't trying to die. Look at her. Look at her. I ain't trying to die. I ain't trying to die. Look at her. Right, my baby. You know we're talking about you. You know we're talking about you, right? Right, beautiful? Right, beautiful? You know we're talking about you. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're talking about you. Yes. Yes, my coat. That's my... Okay, no licking though, because you're trying to get rats. I ain't trying to get no accidental.
She pushed me out of the way.
I ain't trying to. Oh, damn, come on. Girl, what you doing? You about to fall, boo. You about to fall, boo. You fell.
Look, she go back on guard. She right back on guard.
Damn, she just scratched my chest.
You okay?
Yeah.
She all the way over here. Oh, she was falling.
Can't tell me my dog ain't on guard for them rats. Where's she at?
She's scratching. I think I'm scratch brakes because it's really itchy.
Oh, that's where I was scratching her before?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's not where I was. She was on. That's on your side. But,
Oh, I was scratching near there.
yeah, y'all. This is our life. Always trying to catch a rat. Because we still got 2 in here we can't get rid of. And then now that we've been really like putting the food in bins, they have nothing to eat. So sometimes we hear them at night fighting each other if they find something. So I'm hoping they either kill each other, one runs the other one out, and then Koa catches that one that's left. But unless the holes that they come through in the first place are sealed, I don't know if that means we won't have any more afterwards. Because we didn't have any for a long time. We didn't have any for a long time. And then out the blue, we had the mother. But that, I know, played a part with because of the other room. You know what I'm saying? And they were badly in there. And that room is next to the utility room, which is next to us. So I hadn't really had and then out of nowhere, boom, the mother, and then we finally, you know what I'm saying, ended up finding a way to keep her out, and she's been out since White Boy actually, did that. But then probably like a couple of months later, we realized we have fucking small motherfuckers in here. And Koa did kill one because we came home one day when we had the rental that week to one dead on the floor. Koa was not playing no games with that bitch. She just had blood, whatever, leaking out his damn mouth. But outside of that, I know we still have 2 left. And we done seen Koa and heard Koa stands off with the damn rats, where the rats is yelling at Koa and Koa just stays quiet. Koa don't even bother to bark at it. Like, that's one thing Koa will not do. Y'all never heard her bark at no point in time with that motherfucker, but she was ready for that motherfucker. But you won't hear her bark at it. She won't bark at it. I don't know why. I think she did in the beginning, and she must have realized that she was letting off warning signs when she does, because she don't bark no more. Even when they're yelling at her, she will not bark. She will not. Unless it's like, it's trying to really still come type shit, and Cole was like, bitch, I ain't playing with you. Yeah, but she really don't bark. She'll just attack. The whole entire time when you looking at her, you seeing her plot. She's plotting. She's trying to plan. Like, this damn dog is smart as fuck. She will plot. She will plan. She literally waits until she thinks we're asleep at night. to jump on the bed with the kids. But on some nights, and that's just where I get pissed off at, this is why I don't like her sleeping on the bed, she'll jump on their heads because she wants them to move over so she can get a spot in the pillow. Bitch, what? Who owns you? You don't own them. They own you. You waking them up out their motherfucking sleep. Have them yelling and screaming because you landed on their damn heads. Like, what the fuck? Is some disrespectful. She a disrespectful bitch. She a disrespectful bitch. And she got the right bitch. For real. She do. Koa know I don't play no games with her. Like, I think Koa can read my mind. I think Koa sees herself bloodied like I do in my head every time she pisses me off. And I just be seeing myself just doom, doom, doom. I mean, that's what I do with everybody that pisses me off. So don't get me wrong. It's not just a dog. So let's just, before the ASAP, whatever animal comes, don't get it twisted. That's my homicidal side. I do that with anybody that gets angry. I be seeing myself just getting rid of the problem and no longer having that problem. You know what I mean? It's just the way I am. And I do it with animals too. I mean, I do it with TV shows and books and paper and whatever's pissing me off. I just envision it not being my problem or me handling it in my head. And once I handle it in my head, I feel peace and calm. Why not? At least I'm not out here killing things or killing people or whatever. That's just my way of coping. Just how my daughter, the way that she deals with her homicidal thoughts and her feelings and her emotions is drawing crazy pictures. And pictures of, you know, her murdering things or not things, but the person that bothered her, whatever. But that's how she lets go of her emotions. She places it on paper, and once it's on paper, and she releases it and lets it go. That's her way of doing it, so that this way is not driving her crazy or insane.
I write it out now sometimes.
Now she writes it out sometimes, she said. But when she was younger and writing was really not her thing, that's how we used to get her to calm down.
Or poems.
Here goes your picture, your sketchbook, and we used to always try to keep. I used to always try to keep all the pictures because my thing to her is you need to learn why you felt this way and how you felt this way and how to avoid feeling this way. So I started to have her writing when she got older, like writing in the back of the picture, you know, the date, where we were, and why she was feeling that way, or why, the reason for the picture, period. And keep it in her drawing sketchbook journal, because it tracks her emotions and her feelings and her thoughts, and then she can see what she's gone through and what she's dealing with and what she's growing from, and understand certain things and maybe see patterns and catch things before they happen, to avoid having another picture like this, because you didn't allow those emotions to control you. That is my end goal with it. That is my game plan with why it does not bother me. You know, DCF tried having a big problem with it. Oh, especially because of Columbine and everything else. And I was like, you know what? My kid is not one of those kids. My kid is letting it out. She has an outlet. This is her outlet. You may not agree with it. You may not like it. You may not understand it. You may not see it. But it's been in her files since she's been diagnosed. Go to her therapy place. Go to this. I'm like, no matter where you go, it is written down that none of these pictures are actual threats. It is she uses it to emotionally express herself. And now, after she had gotten diagnosed as autistic, I'm figuring that was her autistic side of allowing her to let it go, since she could not form the words that she needed to let it go. That's because I'm a mama. And I know my kids, and I pay attention, and I got a PhD on my babies, and I gotta get one every time something changes. I don't just say, well, I know you and that's it. Every time something changes in my babies, I relearn my babies all over again. I relearn them all over again, and I try to get to the why. Why are you doing this? Why are you behaving this way? Why is this happening? I try to get to the bottom of the why so we can nip it and stop it or control it. But why is that? Because I'm a parent. And I actually show up when I parent. And even on my bad days in the past, I would flip, regroup myself, feel horrible, go apologize, and parent the correct way. Not just leave the turmoil that I just caused in my children. The hurricane that just came and destroyed their feelings and their thoughts and emotions for 5 minutes. I didn't just let that sit there and didn't clean up after myself. No. Listen, I'm sorry. My apologies. I can't guarantee that's not going to happen again. I'm going to control myself for it not to happen again. But what I was trying to say and what I wanted to accomplish was this. Do not take it personal. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. Something else was bothering me. I don't know what. And at that time, I didn't know that I was suffering with PTSD. I just thought I had bipolar issues, and that was it. Like, I never realized it was the PTSD that was being triggered, that was causing the bipolar to be triggered, and everything else. So, I would break down and still explain to my kids, Mommy shouldn't have behaved or did that, or Mommy shouldn't. And that's one thing, though. I still didn't really say things that were crazy that I shouldn't have said. But to me, they were crazy and I shouldn't have said. If somebody else would have heard it, you'd have been like, what's the big deal with that? But to me, because I was emotionally abused, to me, those are things that I shouldn't have said. Because I know the scars that they bring. So, and the scars that I'm still working on healing on. Go ahead. The scars that I'm still working on healing on, and I'm still working on, letting go and all these things. But, yeah. I know my kids. Get a PhD, y'all. Get a PhD in yourselves and get a PhD in y'all kids. It is imperative. It is important. It's the only way to be a productive member in society. And even if you don't have something going on, even if you don't have a diagnosis, you know what I'm saying? But if genetically someone in your family does have something, there's a possibility that you may have traits. Keep your peace. Protect your peace. Protect your peace by knowing yourself. If you know that you're a hothead, then avoid putting yourself in situations. The moment you feel like you're a deer caught in the headlights, it is time to back up and bounce. Or remove yourself, go somewhere else, regroup, get yourself ready, prepared mentally, build that mental strength, and then go back and finish with the conversation that you need to finish, properly conducting it as yourself. Showing up as yourself. Being there as yourself. Mentally, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Being prepared to handle what you gotta handle. Gotta know yourself in order to do that. The only way you're gonna see triggers coming before they come, or while they're coming before it gets bad, is if
you realize.
Hey, yo, you know yourself.
Ow, under the
That's all. That's what it breaks down to.
On.
Look at these kids. Donald's been making me so proud. My booker's been taking the dog out. Sometimes he'll have a little meltdown about it, but he's been doing a lot better, y'all. He's been progressing. He even did a good job, made a mess, but did a good job trying to get as much done cleaning in his way that he could. He's still learning. But he's making the effort. He is really making the effort, y'all. Like, my baby's behavior is progressing. It's growing. Damn, you already finished? You already finished?
I was gonna hold on. Can I have my candy, please? I am urging to bite something.
You're welcome. He's doing a really good job, and I'm really, really proud of him. Like, he'll still have some tantrums, don't get me wrong. Life isn't perfect. It's gonna happen. I mean, I can't expect him to be 100% perfect. I'm not 100% perfect. But I'll take about 90%. I'm good on that. It's better than like the 30% we were getting before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's taking accountability. Now he's realizing how his negative behavior has been influencing his little sister. and he's noticing it. Now he's trying to stop her from doing the things that he was doing and trying to catch her from throwing the garbage on the floor and stuff that he was allowing himself to do before. He's showing so much growth, and I can give that a thanks to my changes that I've made within myself, because I took the time to know me, acknowledge me, embrace me, and love me, especially love me, and especially accept me, which is allowing me to live in my truth and be as transparent as I can, so that I can help others. I want my story to help others so that they can not end up in our shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I want to provide the most amazing support system that I can for parents. And I want to be able to just allow families to have an amazing foundation. Because not only would I work with the parents, I want to work with the kids as well, because parents can't just be the only ones to transition and make the change. Sorry, there was a fly. To transition and make the change. Children have to change as well, because if not, they're going to trigger the parents back into their old habits. And then all that progress and all that growth that you've made is going to be in jeopardy, because if you're not strong enough to withhold that challenge, you're going to revert back to your old ways. So if you also work with the children at the same time, or after you work with the parents, so that you can then focus on the children 100%, you've given this family a complete foundation with no cracks, so that they can move forward and continue to grow. That is what I am trying to do, and that's what I'm trying to accomplish, and that's the vision that I see, and that's the growth in me that I see, and that's, I believe, is my calling. I believe I've gone through all these trials and tribulations to learn from my experience and help the mental health community be better, strive for better, want for better. Especially when it comes to knowing yourself mentally and emotionally. That is extremely important, okay? Please keep that in mind. And I'm going to end this. It was definitely nice talking to you guys. I hope y'all have a nice day. Follow the podcast, Life as a Single Parent, I think I changed it. Parenting and Mental Illness. All my links are on the page as well, or on the bottom in the description box. Catch the podcast. Catch me on the Wisdom app. It's under my real name, Lynette Hernandez. Actually, I think I might do a Wisdom talk. I haven't done one since last Sunday. I was actually thinking about that, which is why I was going to get off. Anyways, but have a blessed one. Thank you for the love and support. Comment down below. Like and subscribe.